Jaguars beat the 49ers, Ocho, 26-20 with Parker Washington's punt return touchdown for takeaway. Former Niner, Eric Armstead, strip sack Brock Purdy with less than 3 minutes to play, to seal the win for the Jags. Things got heated at the end of the game. After the game, Ocho, when Liam Cohen and Niners D coordinator Robert Saleh had to be held back while yelling at each other. Saleh had accused Jags of stealing signs in a legal fashion. Told him, keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah. They should have threw them things, boy.
Keep my name out your dentures now.
Yeah.
Now, don't make me run up on you.
Hey.
Travis did not play at all on defense in the second half. 45 total snaps, tied for a season low. 36 offensive snaps. So that means he had 9 defensive snaps, right?
They got to make up their mind, man.
Ocho, let me ask you a question.
They got to make up their mind,
Ocho,
man.
you want to be, let me ask you this. If I gave you a choice, Ocho, you can be a lead at one thing or you can be the average at 2 things. What you choosing?
I'm going to be a lead at that one thing.
Because right now he's average at both.
I don't know what they're doing. Travis Hunter is the number 2 pick, right?
Right.
I think, to me, I know he wants to play both sides of the ball. I would love for him to be number 2 pick at one position. Well, I was all for him being on both sides of the ball. I know you can do it. You got the confidence to do it. But I need to see you on one side of the ball and being effective for your team, either offensively or defensively. One or the other. Because as a number 2 pick, you should be on the field every single down on offense or defense. One or the other. Because what they're doing is they're bringing them along slow and picking and choosing when to play them. It is not showing the value.
It's hard to get a rhythm like that, though.
Bingo. And it's not showing the value in why you picked him number 2. Not the way they're using him.
There are certain teams that you know you're going to talk about. Now you try to have a couple of games that, okay, it's interesting and they do something and we're able to talk about them.
Yeah.
The Jags got Travis Hunter. Jags ain't Travis Hunter. We're probably not talking about them. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. Because we keep hoping that we see a glimpse of what we saw at CU and what we saw at Jackson State.
Right. Mm-hmm.
A pick and a touchdown.
They bringing him along so slow and hand feeding him more. And actually, he regressed as far as not playing defense this game. And I mean, I don't
because it's Ocho. Think about it, Ocho.
I don't know what they're doing.
You do, Ocho. You and I know this, man. You got to be sound in the NFL. Them guys are really, really good.
Yeah.
There are no slouches. Everybody, look. There are a lot of guys that Travis Hunter went against as a DB and went against as a wide receiver. That's not the NFL. Every guy that he goes against on Sunday is in the NFL.
The real deal. Yeah.
Everybody he's going against was an all-state, was an all-conference, was a something. Got some awards, some level along the way.
Yeah.
But it seems to Liam Cohen on why Travis Hunter only played receiver in the second half. Personal decision that had to do with a few things we'll keep in-house for now.
Yeah, something ain't going right. But there's no reason things will be going backwards as the season goes on.
It's a lot.
They're supposed to be adding food on your plate, not taking food off your plate.
Sometimes guys actually are literally built different. I understand coach is going to talk about how hard it's going to be, and everyone's going to talk about how this has never been done before. I care about his lungs, and I care about the fact that he has been this guy forever. And the football, and I understand the people he is competing against are better, but the measurements of the field are not, the length of the game is not different. And in fact, in pro football, you play fewer snaps than in college football very often over the course of a game. And Prisco had this tweet after talking to her, maybe before, I'm not actually sure. Travis Hunter, unreal the way he runs and runs all day. If he's working offense on a day, he'll work with the defensive coaches during special teams time. He can hit 50 home runs. We'd be like, no, that's insane. And then a guy did it. So I do think Travis can just do it.
The Jaguars are for real. If you've learned anything from me on this podcast this year is that I like the Jaguars and I believe in some of their talent. Now, Trevor Lawrence continues to sometimes do some dumb shit. There's no denying that. But you see the run game that the Jaguars have brought to the table here this year. I mean, Travis Etienne looks like one of the best running backs in football through the first 4 weeks of the year. The offense wasn't moving the ball quite as well as it has in the past game, but we're also seeing their defenses, they're chaos creators. They cause havoc, turnovers, and
4
they got
takeaways
talent.
today.
I like their scheme. Right, 4 takeaways on the San Francisco 49ers. They get the big win on the road. What jumped out to you about the game?
For me, it's the way the Jacksonville offense is operating, even though I wouldn't say Trevor Lawrence is like playing unbelievable. Like when we watch Herbert and the Chargers, the offense is playing well because of Herbert. I think the good thing for Jacksonville is they don't need right now Trevor Lawrence to be at this like unbelievable level. They have enough things going on. I think a lot of that has to do with Liam Cohen.
Right.
Coming in, calling the plays. He's using Etienne. He's also using Tutton. And he's using all of those backs, getting them plays. I especially think when Brian Thomas Jr., I don't even think he's playing at his absolute best right now.
Right.
I think as he continues to get better and plays at a high level, it just feels like there's a lot of room to grow. Parker Washington returned a punt for a touchdown. The defense is getting takeaways. Like they're playing overall
full team
football.
Right.
And I think for Jacksonville, that has to feel good because I don't know if they've had that in a while, even when they've had seasons that have gone well. I don't know if we walk away saying, man, overall, this is a really good team.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. They do. They have a chance to be a complete football team.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, written off as perennial underdogs, storming out to a blistering 3-1 record. That's right, 3 wins, 1 heartbreaking slip to Cincinnati, and yet fantasy apps like Sleeper are mocking their stars with brutal stats. Brian Thomas Jr., scraping 5 catches for 49 yards, Travis Hunter at 3 for 42. It's a gut punch in our gambling-obsessed era where box scores blind us to the real carnage. But here's the shock that should freeze you in your seat. No true Jags fan is sweating this start. Why? Because this isn't smoke and mirrors, it's a defensive apocalypse unfolding, devouring souls on the gridiron. Feel that chill? This team's rewriting the script, and if you're doubting it, you're the one asleep at the wheel. But hold that breath, because while the offense whispers, this defense roars like a beast unchained, ready to expose every weak link in the league. This Jaguars defense isn't just good, it's a 4th-ranked nightmare, 3rd in rushing stops, and 1st in takeaways, averaging a monstrous 3.3 strips per game. 13 turnovers in 4 weeks, the most since 2000, eclipsing even the glory days of Saxon's squad 7 years back. Devin Lloyd, he's devouring quarterbacks like a linebacker possessed, snagging 2 picks and 8 tackles against the 49ers' vaunted attack. It's poetic justice in a league of pretenders. While rivals crumble under pressure, Jacksonville's unit forces chaos, turning games into graveyards. Praise the gods of grit, this is DPOY-level dominance, a tidal wave crashing over the NFC's finest. But dare I say it controversially? If this keeps up, it's not just playoffs, it's a Super Bowl siege. Feel the fear ripple through the conference? Yet, amid this defensive inferno, the offense simmers not boils thanks to a rushing renaissance that's flipping the script on last year's 17th-ranked limp at 4.2 yards per carry. Enter Liam Cohen, the offensive wizard who turned Tampa's rushing corpse into a top-5 terror, and now he's ignited Jacksonville's ground game to 3rd in the NFL, exploding to 5 yards per carry. 6th overall. Travis Etienne bursts free with a 48-yard dagger, fully unleashed from injury's chains. While the big trade's diamond, Bashaud Breeland, wait. No. Brashad Perryman echoes, wait, Tank Bigsby. No, it's Brian Thomas Jr. weaving. But the real hero is this line. 0 sacks on Lawrence in 2 of 4 games, even against a wounded but wicked 49ers front, sans Bosa. It's a shocking rebirth from last season's 16th-ranked offense. Cohen's scheme isn't fixing. It's forging a weapon. Jags faithful, this is your vindication. A pulse-pounding rush that screams contender. But rivals, choke on this. Your pass-happy dreams are dust against our thunder. And at the helm? Trevor Lawrence, the golden boy under siege. His stats scream career lows, but dig deeper, and the truth hits like a blindside blitz. Trevor Lawrence. 2, 1 of 3, 1 for 174 yards, 1 TD, 0 picks against Frisco, yet on pace for horrors. 50. 8.3% completion, 5.9 yards per attempt, 75.9 rating, 2.8% INT rate. The media vultures circle, cawing bust, despite a clean pocket rarer than hen's teeth, trailing just 2.8% of dropbacks this year versus his career 62%. Shocking, isn't it? This offense doesn't need heroics. The defense hands them golden hours, 13 turnovers gifting short fields. Controversial take. Lawrence isn't slumping, he's scheming, biding time in Cohen's masterclass. Feel the injustice burn. He's a phoenix, not ashes, and when he erupts, doubters will beg for mercy. Jags Nation, rally round your king, this quiet storm is your edge. But survival demands fire, staring down a gauntlet that could crush kingdoms or crown Jaguars eternal. 1 week out, Monday Night Mayhem versus Kansas City, the reigning tyrants. Then Seattle's Storm, Rams reckoning a 3-game bloodbath against Super Bowl shadows. The Jags trailed mere minutes this season. Now, pressure mounts like a collapsing coliseum. 12 penalties linger like ghosts from the 49ers' win, Cam Little's wind-whipped miss nearly costing it all. Yet, special teams ignite, Tutu's return blaze, Parker's punt poetry flipping fields, Doug Pederson's squad? It's coach's chess, turning rust to roar. This stretch isn't a test, it's Armageddon. Excitement surges. Will they shatter or ascend? You can't look away. The drama devours. In this forge of fates, one truth endures: they're not pretenders. They're predators, and the league's waking up too late. The Jaguars aren't who you think, 3-1, devouring doubts, a month in but miles ahead. This marathon's theirs if the offense awakens. Hit like if you're riding this teal thunder. Sub for the siege. Comment your gauntlet bold pick. We're in the roar together. Unleash the beast.